our freedom and our culture. Millennials who call some country. Dances that free up for parents' mind. Reino, Cadono, Dominica, no ML. Reino, Cadono, Dominica, no Apesel. Reino, Cadono, Dominica, no ML. Reino, Cadono, Dominica, no Apesel. Ele hooray, ele bravo, ele hooray. Dominica, ele hooray, ele bravo. Tabuela bat tabula, tabuela hule tabula, tabuela bat tabula, tabuela hule tabula, hule.
DBS News. Fresh in the morning. Eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
This morning's headlines: Dominica joins 3 other CARICOM countries to begin full free movement of their nationals from today. A decision by government to reduce the price of certain food items comes into effect today. Barbados' Prime Minister Mia Mottley urges Barbadians to embrace the free movement of nationals from 4 countries. And in sports this morning, close to 200 awards to be distributed to outstanding students in sports. That award ceremony planned for this morning. Details of the morning news right after this.
Yummy. Yummy. Looking for something sweet, chewy, delicious, or even crunchy? We've got you covered. Mars and Wrigley's products are the perfect pick for all your sweet tooth cravings. Available in M&M's, Twix, Milky Way, Snickers, Skittles, and even gummies. So next time your cravings are at an all-time high, choose Mars and Wrigley's.
Available at Fine Foods Inc. distribution or your favorite supermarket island-wide.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
DBS News.
Welcome back to the DBS Major Morning News. The news this morning brought to listeners through the kind compliments of Fine Foods Inc., Petro Caribe, and HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited. My name is Curtis Matthew. Let's begin with news that Dominica joins 3 other CARICOM member states in the implementation of full free movement of their nationals starting today. The member states to begin to take part in the full free movement are Barbados, Belize, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Dominica.
On Wednesday, October 1, Dominica proudly joins Barbados, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Belize in taking a decisive step forward on a matter that has been on the regional agenda for decades. That is the full free movement of CARICOM nationals. It means that participating states will grant their nationals the right to move freely, reside, work, and remain indefinitely in the 4 member states without the need for a residency permit or a work permit. They will have the right to access public, primary, and secondary education, as well as emergency healthcare and primary healthcare services. The required legislative, security, and administrative measures to support this free movement will be implemented in the participating member states. Free movement allows us to fill gaps in critical areas while giving our own citizens greater access to opportunities across the region. It is a win-win for all. I know there may be concerns about security or about the impact on jobs. Let me assure you, our systems of cooperation, vetting, and regional security will remain strong. We're not lowering our guard. What we are doing is removing unnecessary barriers that have, for too long, held back our collective progress. I am hopeful that other CARICOM member states will soon join us in this historic step so that we can realize the full promise of a true Caribbean community.
And that's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. Other news this morning, a decision by government to reduce the price of certain food items for the next 6 months comes into effect today. These food items will be exempted from the value-added tax, VAT.
The public is reminded that effective October 1, 2025, until March 31, 2026, a number of essential food items shall be exempted from VAT as instructed by the Minister of Finance during the 2025-2026 National Budget Address. During this 6-month period, VAT will not be charged on the following items when imported or at any point during the sale process. These items are codfish, salted herring, onions, garlic, split peas, black-eyed peas, red kidney beans, lentils, pigeon peas, oats, cream of wheat, cornmeal, luncheon meat, canned corned beef, canned herring, canned sardines, canned tunas, canned mackerel, cereal, unsweetened biscuits, orange juice, tomato ketchup, toothpastes, laundry detergents, toilet paper, and sanitary towels and tampons. Additionally, the following items will also be relieved from customs duty during the same period: pigeon peas, luncheon meat, canned corned beef, cereal, unsweetened biscuits, orange juice, tomato ketchup, toothpastes, laundry detergents, almond milk, and soy milk.
And that's the Assistant Comptroller at the Inland Revenue, Geoffrey Joseph. Other news this morning, a 28-year-old of Wesley has been remanded in custody at the Dominica State Prison on a charge of murder. Jamal Robin appeared before a Roseau magistrate on Monday, on Tuesday, where the charge of murder was read to him. Ronaldo Luke Pascal has more in this report.
The complaint stated that Robin of Joburton Wesley on September 27, 2025 at Eden Road, Pauper Wesley, did murder Delroy Lee of Marigot. At his court appearance before Magistrate Michael Loda, Robin was not required to enter a plea as the charge is an indictable offense, expected to be tried at the High Court before a judge and jury. Police reports indicate that on the evening of September 27, Robin allegedly inflicted a fatal stab wound on Lee, who was later pronounced dead. During the hearing, Magistrate Loda informed the accused that given the nature of the charge, murder being a capital offense, the magistrate's court had no jurisdiction to consider bail. Robin was therefore remanded into custody at the Dominica State Prison. The matter was adjourned to December 12, 2025 for the commencement of the preliminary inquiry. During this stage, the court will determine whether there is sufficient evidence to commit the case to the High Court for trial. Lee's death marked the 16th homicide recording in Dominica for 2025. Ronaldo Luke Pascal reporting for DBS News.
Other news this morning, over 10 artists are set to take the stage at the St. Mary's Academy legendary Old Boys concert dubbed a celebration of music, brotherhood, and legacy. The concert is among activities for the St. Mary's Academy's alumni reunion celebration and is set for Friday, October 17 from 7 o'clock in the evening at St. Gerard's Hall. Sobers Esprit is a member of the St. Mary's Academy's alumni reunion committee.
This idea of a Old Boys concert really came out of our conversation about how we can celebrate our collective achievement and impact on the Dominican society as SMA alumni. So we decided that we're going to have a reunion. First of all, we wanted to have a reunion of the class of 1975, 1974. We have broadened the reunion to bring in, to be more inclusive now. So it is really a reunion of SMA alumni. And so now we call it the SMA alumni reunion. We wanted a signature event on the reunion program, and we felt, hey, SMA, the school that gave us Exile 1, the school that gave us Gramax, or part of Gramax, that gave us WCK, all these wonderful artists. And so we say, what better way that we could celebrate SMA, the legacy, really the high standard of excellence that came out of that school, but bringing together all the performers from the SMA. So it is a one-night show with 15 acts, all SMA alumni on one stage, the St. Gerard's Hall, and things are really going on well now, and we are really looking forward with excitement to that night.
And that's a member of the St. Mary's Academy's Alumni Reunion Committee, Sobers Esprit. Linford John, one of the performers of the event, says the members of St. Mary's Academy's alumni are happy to be able to give back to the school.
The proceeds are all to us SMA. We all are volunteering our time and our services and our talents for the school because we feel very strongly about our alma mater. And we all want to make it better and make it more significant in the community. And there's some challenges that the school had in terms of hurricane damage. And so when we thought about the reunion and stuff, we figured we're going to make this an opportunity where we can try to fix that wing of the school. It's a huge endeavor. It's very, very costly. So we decided that, you know what? The best way we can approach this is to get the guys, the alumni who are invested. That school was responsible for a lot of our successes, all of us. And so we want to see it continue and bring forth success to younger generation as time goes on. And there's a little problem in terms of hurricane damage there, and we're addressing that and trying to take care of it.
Cadas Lipso icon Linford John. Among the performers for the St. Mary's Academy's reunion concert are King Dice, Shelley Alfred, Chester Dadichas Later, Peter Later, Daryl Bob, Calvin Senator Esprit, Kelly the Ghost Williams, Cornell Fingers Phillip, Linford John, Alixon Laron, and his band Akeo, Ridge, Carlton Winston of First Serenade, and The Healer, among others. Finally, from the nation this morning, a Creole language national consultation for Dominica on Thursday, October 16. Creole and Cultural Ambassador Leroy Waddick-Charles says they are elated to join forces to stage the important event.
On Thursday, October 16, 2025 from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Creole Handbit, in collaboration with the Ministry of Education, Comité pour Études Creole, University of the West Indies Global Campus and Alliance Française, will host a special Creole language national consultation. This historic consultation is scheduled to be held at the University of the West Indies Global Campus and will bring together linguists, educators, policymakers, and cultural elders from Haiti, Martinique, Trinidad, Dominica, Guadeloupe, and St. Lucia into one space to chat the future of our Creole language. The theme, legitimizing Creole from vernacular to vehicle of identity, education and development. The objective is to examine how Creole can be further recognized and integrated as a critical language of identity, cultural pride, and socio-economic advancement across the region. Creole has survived centuries as a language of our homes, stories, and communities. It is now time to position it as the language of progress, one that belongs in our classrooms, boardrooms, parliament, and national development strategies. This consultation is part of Creole Heartbeat's wider mission to safeguard and to promote the Creole language as a cornerstone of Caribbean heritage, while highlighting the relevance for education and regional cooperation. Let's give Creole the voice it deserves in our schools, communities, and our future, and recommit Dominica as the bona fide Creole capital of the world.
And that's the Creole and Cultural Ambassador Leroy Waddix Charles. Well, the Creole Heartbeat program will continue today on DBS at 11 o'clock. Join the Kadas Lipso giant Gordon Henderson, who will be a guest on the program, and you will hear more about the massive national consultation for Dominica on the 16th of October, and they talk about the Creole language, that national consultation set for October 16. Let's head into Barbados now. That country's Prime Minister Mia Mottley has encouraged the people of Barbados to embrace the free movement of nationals of 4 CARICOM countries, which begins today. In an address to the nation last night, the Prime Minister said Barbados is ready to receive nationals of the participating countries.
Nationals of 4 countries, Barbados, Dominica, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Belize, will be able to move among these states with the right to live, to work without a work permit, and to study on an indefinite basis. We call ourselves pioneers because we are putting in place a regime which I have every confidence that others in our Caribbean community will join in due course. Some of you say to me, Prime Minister, we already allow 6 months. Yes, we have. For many years, CARICOM nationals have been granted stay for up to 6 months on arrival, subject to established exceptions in our law. It has worked. But the promise we made to ourselves in the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas was always about more than a visit. It was about allowing our people to move freely, without hassle, across our family of nations. The heads of government asked who was ready to begin. And Barbados, yes, raised their hand. My friends, we are ready. And as a nation, Barbados, we need it.
And that's Barbados' Prime Minister Mia Mottley addressing the nation last night on free movement. Well, that's the end of the news. Let's take a look at the headlines again. Dominica joins 3 other CARICOM countries to begin full free movement of their nationals from today. A decision by government to reduce the price of certain food items comes into effect today. Barbados' Prime Minister Mia Mottley urges Barbadians to embrace the free movement of nationals from 4 countries. Well, that's a look at the DBS Modern News. The sports report comes up shortly.
Are you tired of having the same boring breakfast every morning? Well, Monflake Oats is the healthy and perfect solution just for you. Make your breakfast exciting by adding Monflakes to your pancakes, parfait, or even milkshake. Monflake can be found in different sizes and available in granola, such as Caribbean or Hawaiian. Stop worrying about what to prepare for your breakfast, dessert, snack, or even dinner. Monflake is the best addition to your meal. Grab yourself a bag today.
Locally distributed by Fine Foods Inc. and available island-wide.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
Covering the nation and beyond. DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Here's a quick tip from NBD.
A quick tip from the National Bank of Dominica Limited. Scammers may send fake emails or texts. Remember, NBD will never ask you to reset your more banking password or share your card PIN, CVV, or other sensitive information this way. Stay alert. Stay secure. When in doubt, contact NBD, your partner, your bank.
Let's begin the DBS Morning Sports Report with the school's award ceremony set for this morning. The West Indies batsman Kavem Hodge is done to be the featured speaker this morning as the sports division stages the 30th School Sports Awards. The event is set for the American Canadian School of Medicine and will honor student athletes and schools for performance in the academic year 2024-2025. In excess of 200 awards will be distributed to deserving students and schools. This year's award ceremony has as its theme, honoring achievement, inspiring greatness.
But what we do each year is to identify a featured speaker. And we usually utilize someone who have excelled in the area of sport and academics or in public life. And we usually hope that our student athletes would be inspired by the message of that individual. And this year we have selected Mr. Kavem Hodge as the keynote speaker. Mr. Kavem Hodge, as you know, is one of 7 Dominicans who would have represented the West Indies at the international level in cricket. And he made his international debut recently where he represented the West Indies at the Test level. This year's ceremony will have as its theme, honoring achievement, inspiring greatness. And we think that the journey of Kavem Hodge is really fitting nicely with the theme that we have come up with.
And that's the sports coordinator of Dominica, Trevor Shillingford. Prior to the distribution of awards, the ceremony will hear addresses from the sports coordinator, the Member of Parliament for Portsmouth, Finella Wenham Shepherd, and the Minister for Culture, Youth and Sports and Community Development. Greta Roberts. Some football news. 16 teams will begin their quest to play Premier League football as the DFA's round of 16 gets underway tonight at the DFA Technical Center. The winner of the DFA Division 1 League will earn an automatic spot in the next Premier League, while the runners-up will battle Connect 767 Courts Ready Cash East Central in the Premier League playoff match. The 16 teams into the round of 16 are Fokole FC, All Saints FC, St. Joseph FC, Wayne George Academy, Kensborough FC, RC Doctors FC, Bath Estate FC, Marigot FC, Kalibishi FC, Do It Center Mighty Avengers, Warner SC, Northside FC, Derby Boys FC, South City FC, and Exodus FC. The round of 16 gets underway tonight with All Saints FC taking on Fokole United FC. That game is set for 7 o'clock at the DFA Technical Center. Some more cricket news. Dominica's Alec Athanaze has found favor with Cricket West Indies and has kept his West Indies contract for 2025-2026, but another Dominican, Kavim Hodge, misses out as he was not able to retain his contract for the period. Despite being the leading run scorer for the West Indies in 2024-2025 at test level, Hodge was dropped from the West Indies team ahead of the Australian series. He was also overlooked for the Indian series, despite head coach Darren Sammy saying that Hodge still remains part of the team's plans. In 11 test matches played, Hodge has recorded 1 century and 3 half-centuries. Hodge, along with Craig Brathwaite and Joshua De Silva, are among some of the players losing their retainer contracts. 15 players have been offered retainer contracts. They are Alec Athanaze, Casey Carty, Ruston Chase, Justin Graves, Shea Hope, Akil Hossein, Alzari Joseph, Shama Joseph, Brandon King, Gudakesh Moti, Rovman Powell, Shafin Rutherford, Jaden Seals, Romario Shepherd, and Jomel Warrican. The West Indies vice-captain, Jomel Warrican, believes the West Indies spinners could play a big role in the upcoming test series against India. The series gets underway at midnight tonight, Caribbean time. Warrican says, while the recent data suggests that the Indians struggle against left-arm spin, the bowlers still have to go out and execute.
Probably from day 3 into day 4, start to turn a lot, so we got to be very mindful that the first inning is very, very important and get a good first inning score. Yes, it gives us a lot of confidence, me as a left-hand spinner, but I say they got to play on the day. You got to adapt to the condition and assess the situation ahead of you. So, yes, it's impressive that the left-hand spinners have done well against India, but at the same time, you can't too much live in the past. You have also been in the present and just focus on your job at hand. The guys have been putting in the hard work. We had 2 all-day sessions, so to get acclimatized and get accustomed, the batsmen have been doing a lot of drills, whether it be sweeping, spin, playing off your back foot, forward defensive, lofted shot. That's back in the game plan. The spinners or the pacers, or should I say the bowlers, have been hitting their lengths and target very consistently, doing a lot of spot bowling as well, and then taking that into bowling against the batsmen.
And that's the West Indies vice-captain, Jomel Warrican. Some more cricket news. Amir Jangu registered his maiden T20 half-century, and Raymond Simmons got a 4-wicket haul as the West Indies hammered Nepal in the 3rd and final T20 Tuesday. The West Indies won the toss and opted to bowl, and Nepal were bowled for 122. Kushal Bhutel got 39. Raymond Simmons picked up 4 for 15. Jediah Blades 2 for 20. The West Indies in reply smashed 123 without loss in 12.2 overs, with Amir Jangu getting 74 not out of 45 balls with 5 fours and 6 sixes. Akeem Ogis got 41 not out from only 29 balls. The West Indies won by 10 wickets. The West Indies T20 captain Akil Hossein says, while happy with the win yesterday, he was disappointed to have lost the series.
I think to come out and give that sort of performance in the last game, in the end of the series, losing 2 games up front, I think it was an excellent effort, and it was quite clinical as well.
The bowling front set things up. Speak to us a little bit about Jediah Blades and, of course, Ramon Simmons and the way they went.
Yeah, I think when we looked at the pitch today, totally different pitch. These guys were very pleased to see such amount of grass on the pitch. But with that being said, I thought, they showed that learning took place today, and they went out and they just execute.
And we saw that with Ogis and Django with the bat finishing things off. You talk about clinical, that was.
Yeah, definitely. A new opening combination. Even though it was a small score, we had to set the platform and we had to be brave and take on the power play as well. And that's exactly what these guys did today.
What do you say to West Indian fans? Because there have been a lot of eyeballs of West Indian fans at home and from the diaspora who've been looking on at this series in the way that it went and how you finished it today.
I mean, we owe everything to them. We've been disappointing them for a while now. Hopefully we can sort of give them a positive message with such a clinical performance. But as I said, in the past, we've really disappointed them. And hopefully we can make that turn leading up to the World Cup.
And that's the West Indies T20 captain Akil Hossain. Nepal won the series by 2-1 to record their first series win over a full member nation. Nepal won the series 2-1 to record their first series win over a full member nation. The captain Rohit Podel says this is the biggest moment in Nepal's cricketing history.
Overall, I think the way we played in this tournament, I'm very proud of the unit, the way we played the first 2 games. We didn't turn up today, but still very happy with the performance which we made. We were playing our first bilateral series and winning it. Obviously, it gives a lot of happiness to the group, and I'm very thankful and grateful towards them.
Let us cast our minds forward and how this sets you up for the very, very important qualifiers coming up in over a week.
I think this series will give a lot of confidence to the boys, especially this series was the build-up of World Cup qualifiers. I think a lot of confidence has been gained by winning the series, and we'll love to take this momentum in the World Cup qualifiers and qualify for the 2026 World Cup.
And that's Nepal's captain Rohit Podel. And finally, BA Grinders have advanced to the second qualifier in the Kalinago Premier League. They did so with a win over GM Strikers in the first eliminator. BA Grinders took the match by 13 runs.
BA Grinders won the toss and elected to bat. They were restricted to 143 for 7 in 20 overs. Batting for Grinders, Kishon Vivil scored 36, Jason Lamoff 29, Abisha Etienne 20, and Radisson Pascal 19. Bowling for GM Strikers, Legs Maglaw took 3 wickets for 26 runs. Dilani Alexander, Kyron Phillip, and Miguel Drago took 1 wicket each. Hitting 143 for victory, GM Strikers were pegged back to 130 for 9. Batting for GM Strikers, Haynes Aaron Vivil got 33 and Dilani Alexander 18. Bowling for the Grinders, Jason Lamoff captured 3 wickets for 14 runs. Abisha Etienne 2 for 19. Frederick Paris and Darren Toussaint took 1 wicket apiece.
That too is a look at the DBS Major Morning News and Sports. Let's remind you at 10 o'clock this morning on the DBS Facebook page, we bring you the Sports Awards ceremony for the schools. That will take place at Portsmouth this morning from 10. And you can view that ceremony on the DBS Facebook page. Of course, at 1:15, another major newscast on DBS Radio. I'm told this morning that Gerard George and Karel John Baptiste and others will be tuned to DBS Radio as we bring you the best in programming throughout the day today. Gerald George and Carol John Baptist, I'm told, will be tuned to DBS throughout the day, as well as many others. On behalf of the news and sports departments and our link person, Hazari Williams, Curtis Matthew saying, have a special day today. Let's go out and be productive for the rest of the day.
A quick tip from the National Bank of Dominica Limited. Scammers may send fake emails or texts. Remember, NBD will never ask you to reset your more banking password or share your card PIN, CVV, or other sensitive information this way. Stay alert. Stay secure. When in doubt, contact NBD, your partner, your bank.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe, and Rudolph Thomas can meet all